What's up, everyone? It's Wacko. Welcome you to Semifinals of PWO Season 16. I end up winning quarterfinals because JT didn't show up to the game and then just said that I could have the win. So we're moving on to our rematch against T4U, who we faced, I think, week 11. He changed his team quite a bit this time, replacing Vikavolt for Pheasantipity, and he brought Umbreon over Persian, I think, which I think makes sense, but I honestly don't think I was super scared of looking at Fez or Umbreon in this matchup. I kind of had a plan around them, and it made the rest of my pace feel a little bit more free. So, with that said, my team is pretty much the same. I'm going to turn this to muted. Hatterene, I changed from Life Orb to Assault Vest, running Dazzling Gleam, Draining Kiss, Psyshock, and Mystical Fire. Beedrill's the same set, running U-Turn, Poison Jab, Knockoff, Protect. Blastoise is the same set, running Scald, Flip Turn, Rapid Spin, Toxic. Although I kind of regret running Toxic, and I kind of wish I ran Aqua Jet instead. I don't really know what I was running Toxic for. My Chestnut was Koba Berry, running Body Press, Knockoff, Spikes, and Synthesis. And then Caparaja is the same set, running Heavy Slam, Heat Crash, I think Knockoff Stealth Rock with Shed Shell for the Dugtrio. And my Unpheasant actually changed to Scope Lens. It was Choice Band, but I'm running the same moves. Brave Bird, Return, Quick Attack. No, I'm sorry. Brave Bird, U-Turn, Night Slash, and Quick Attack. I think I changed my move to Night Slash. It was mostly for like Mr. Rhyme or like neutral chip on like Tyrantrum, basically. So starting off the game, I actually kind of thought Fez was a decent lead here, as he leads Tyrantrum, and he clicks Head Smash. So now I know that he's Scarf. And to be honest, I kind of thought that was like a fair deal, like knowing that this is Choice Scarf and that I didn't have to worry about it like switching up moves, especially on, with my Chestnut on my side. So I'm gonna bring in Beedrill because Scarf Tyrantrum can't outspeed Beedrill. So I'm just gonna get that free U-turn chip. The reason I did that is because I'd rather take a little bit of chip on Chestnut and also see if that Tyrantrum has like any bulk, which it didn't really look like it did. It might have had like a little bit. He did send his pace, but I didn't look at it because I have to record this video in like 5 minutes. So I am going a little bit fast. Yeah, so I sent out Caparaja on his Pheasantipity, and then he U-turned into Blaziken. But my play against Blaziken is to just always go Blastoise. I do see that he's a Life Orb here, which is good for me to know. Just gonna flip turn. I see that he's Fizzdef Umbreon. Gonna get some leftovers back so I can U-turn. Doesn't kill him, but I'm gonna bring in Hatterene because I had a feeling that he was just gonna click like Toxic. But I didn't know that Synchronized Toxic actually like worked this way. So even though I did nothing, I just made a passive play, I still get punished because Synchronize is just a stupid ability. To be fair, Magic Bounce is also stupid, but that is kind of stupid. So I'm gonna D-Gleam into the Pheasantipity. I see that he has like no special defense, which kind of scared me because I didn't know if he was like Fizzdef, but I do know that he was AV, so I know that it's not gonna set up or anything, or like it can't roost. But at this point, my Hatterene doesn't really have a good matchup in anything. It is good against Rhyme, but I do have Caparaja and I still have Beedrill around to deal with Rhyme. And I'd rather like try to get rid of this Fez instead of trying to pivot into Caparaja and then getting Blastoise chipped again. So he's gonna Venoshock, which does only half to me. Which is, he said something about like Venoshock like killing me, but I wouldn't have died even with Assault Vest. But I do live the next turn, so I guess I get to see what he does next turn. He's just gonna trap me with Dugtrio, which is a fair deal, honestly. But it gets me Chestnut, and he's able to body press me for, or I'm able to body press his Umbreon and chip it. He goes Mr. Rhyme, so I'm gonna go Copperajah. I guess he just wanted to bait in my Copper, but I go Blastoise. Close combat does over half, but at this point, since he's hitting my helmet, he's chipping himself quite a lot with helmet plus Life Orb. So now he's just in range of like any of Beedrill's moves, which is good for me because I can knock off and I can react to whatever comes in. If he was like Tanga Berry, basically Beedrill gets a kill here. I'm gonna kill the Tyrantrum. He's gonna go Mr. Rhyme. I'm gonna U-turn. I guess he just wanted to have me U-turn so I can go Copperajah and he can get a kill with Blaziken. So I think it was kind of smart. He's gonna Flamethrower, which kills me. Mixed Blaziken. Pretty cool. Then I'm gonna bring in Beedrill. Basically, the only way I can lose at this point is if he's like Scarf Dugtrio. Actually, no, there is no way for me to lose at this point because Scarf Dugtrio loses to Chestnut. Like Body Press just one-shots it. Because I was thinking like, oh, he could Vacuum Wave and then, but he'd have to lock in Aerial Ace. I don't even know if Aerial Ace kills Beedrill. It probably, well, after like a Life Orb Vacuum Wave, it probably does, but. Yeah, I'm just going to U-turn into Chestnut here as he SDs. And he thinks that I'm going to Spiky Shield, which is funny because I have no reason to Spiky Shield since I'm just going to knock. I think he wanted to play for my throw, which is a good play on his behalf, but again, I had no reason to click Spiky Shield, especially because I wasn't running it. But I will say, I almost kind of regret not getting up a Spike earlier because I kind of knew he'd go Fez on my Chestnut in the first place, and I think having a Spike up would have helped me a lot, especially versus the Dugtrio, because since he wasn't Scarf, that I wouldn't have had to worry about Sash, and I kind of had to play around the Sash. Also, I kind of wish that I had Aqua Jet on Blastoise, but you know, some things just don't work out the way that you need to. So yeah, with that said, GG's to T for you. Next week I'll be playing Scary Terry, and yeah, I'm sorry, this is kind of a short video, but it's a matchup that happened like 3 weeks ago. Probably like a month ago at this point, but it was basically a similar matchup, and Terry is not going to be any different. I did lose against Terry in the main season, although I think it was close, and I think I made a big misplay, so I'm going to have to rewatch that replay and see how I can play differently, but I am excited to play that. Unfortunately, Unfezandipity did nothing in this game. I will say it had a decent season though. I think it had its matchup like once or twice. So I'm glad to have been able to showcase Unfezant. The rest of my team, I'm really liking the rest of my team. It's been very solid to build with. It has some issues, but those issues are pretty minimal for the most part, and it's really just like fast mixed attackers like are really scary for me, and then like Beedrill is kind of weak to like other choice Scarfers or just things that like wall it, like the Hippo, so that's gonna be a problem, and hopefully we can carry out the W next week for finals, and thank you guys for watching and wish me luck next week.